segment starting this week as we partner with cleveland.com to discuss politics and preview Capitol Letter, their daily dose of news from the State House. Joining me now in studio is Andrew Tobias. Andrew, thanks for being here.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Let's start with GOP Congressman Jim Jordan. He was at CPAC in a panel today, and apparently he is very optimistic about the president's chances of winning re-election, but also the Republicans' chances of retaking the House. What are the reasons behind that? Why is he so optimistic?
We have to consider the setting first off, and that CPAC's kind of like a Republican pep rally, so of course he's going to be excited and optimistic and all that stuff. But basically what he said, he rattled down President Donald Trump's achievements, things like, and it's the greatest hits, it's tax reform, it's Supreme Court appointments, it's low unemployment numbers, and things like that. And so the argument that they're going to make, and they previewed this a little bit, is that the election, they're going to try to define it as a clash between like freedom and socialism, and so
assuming that Sanders wins,
right? And honestly, even if he doesn't, I feel like they may still try to make that argument. But and they feel that in these House districts that flipped in 2018, that were kind of Trump or friendly, like leaning Trump swing districts, they think that that message will play well, and that they'll have a good opportunity to take them back.
And they're not alone, because Democrats are also worried about those down-ballot races and the possibility of Bernie Sanders winning the nomination and affecting their chances of keeping the majority. In response to that, there's some talk now of finding a unity candidate in the event that there is a brokered convention, a contested convention come June in Milwaukee with the Democrats, and they already have a name, a very familiar one that they're kicking around.
Yeah, I feel like it's sort of an annual or a quadrennial tradition where Democrats are sort of yearning for a new candidate. I remember reading stories about Al Gore running for president in 2004 and 2008. So this year, the role is being played by Sherrod Brown, the Ohio senator. He flirted with running for president last year. It seemed like he took it really seriously. I was kind of surprised then when he abruptly dropped out. He basically said, I don't really feel like doing this. And so it seems like he hasn't completely closed the door on this kind of possibility. We asked him about it, my colleague Seth Richardson, and he said that, he didn't say no, I guess is sort of the takeaway, but also it's not like he's necessarily looking for it. So yeah, he is getting some interest, and it seems like that's going to be something that continues. And
certainly in terms of his popularity, he's very popular within the party. He got some name recognition when he was sort of touring around the country and introducing the possibility of him running, but really not a big name nationally.
Right, and I think the idea is that they feel that he's somebody who can appeal to the progressive left elements of the party while still sort of being sort of a traditional Democrat. For example, Sherrod Brown never endorsed Medicare for all when he was running for re-election in 2018. And so I think they feel like he can help thread the needle between sort of the progressive activist components as well as still seeming sort of more mainstream or moderate, I guess, for those suburban districts we were talking about earlier.
Lastly, First Energy Solutions has emerged from bankruptcy. They are now Energy Harbor. Of course, all of this has to do with them getting $1 billion or so from Ohio taxpayers to help fund 2 of their nuclear power plants. What is the financial future of this company, and what are they saying about that future as they move forward?
So I'm going to have to look at my notes here so I get the exact phrase that they used. They issued a press release that referred to a reliable clean air credit. So the big fight at the Ohio State House last year was basically over bailing them out. They were financially troubled. They were talking about they're going to have to close down, and so they got millions of dollars, I forget the number off the top of my head, in order to basically keep in operations. And so I think that it sort of closes the book on that story a little bit, where they were fighting for their future as a big political battle, and now they're emerging from bankruptcy with a new name and a new air credit.
Andrew, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
You're going to find all of the news in this Capitol Letter by getting it delivered to your inbox each morning simply by going to cleveland.com/Capitol Letter.